sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Boker Tov, good morning.
Boker Tov.
So we just sang those beautiful words, Hinei ma tov, how good it is for all of us to be and to dwell together today. So many of us woke up in different places, in different homes, and yet we all come here together right now and we create one home together, one family together. For our service together, let's be a family. Let's connect. Let's connect with one another. Let's connect with our Torah. Let's connect with our shofar. Let's connect with the beauty of this moment. Today is Yom Kippur. And our service, we're going to think about this idea of second chances. Now, raise your hand if you've ever said, I'm sorry. Raise your hand if you've ever done something that after you did it, you say, I really wish I didn't do that. I kind of want a second chance. I saw those hands go up before even I was done speaking. I get it. So in our service together today, with our words, with our prayers, with our talking back and forth to one another, we're going to talk about this idea of second chances and how we can give second chances to one another.
And it almost feels like we have a second chance to be with all of you again after we had that first chance on Rosh Hashanah. So it's so nice to be with all of you this morning and to think about together how we want to enter this year.
So we have these wonderful service packets. These are for you to look through, to read through. We have crayons at the end of the service, or not, I'm not sure. But you definitely have crayons at home. Take this with you. This afternoon, this evening, tomorrow, color in it. Look through it. Connect with it. So we're going to continue as we turn to page 2 for our Baruch Hu. Now our Baruch Hu is about getting ready to pray. So I'm going to say, are you ready? And if you're feeling it, you're going to say, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready!
All right, I think we can do a few more times. Are you ready?
I'm ready!
If you're ready, stand up. Even if you're not ready, stand up anyways. Make us feel good. Page 2, Baruch Hu. So we turn together to page 3. And on page 3, if you have it in front of you, does everyone see that blank face? So Shema is about listening. And all the times this past year that we wish we listened a little more. Raise your hand if there were times, either parents or adults, that someone was talking to you and you really just didn't listen. So when you get home, we want you to draw your best listening face. But for some of the kids here, I want to see your best listening face. Can you guys show me your best listening faces? Nice, Sammy, that's great. So before we do our Shema together, and with those wonderful listening faces, I'd like to ask our Director of Education here at University Synagogue, Jesse Shamut, to walk us through the beauty of Shema.
So I'm glad we got our listening faces ready, because Shema is about listening not just with our ears, but with our whole bodies. So we're going to listen today with our whole bodies. And it's not just about listening, it's about focusing. So can you all do this? Focus. So we're going to say Shema. Can you do that with me? Shema. Beautiful. Yisrael. Israel's often called the land of milk and honey. And if you had some honey on your pinky, it would get a little sticky. So it would be sticky right on your mouth. Yisrael. Say that with me. Yisrael. Beautiful. So we have Shema, Yisrael. Adonai, one little half circle in front of you. Adonai means my God, mine right here. Eloheinu means our God, big circle. So we have Adonai, Eloheinu. Beautiful. Then we have another Adonai, my God, little circle. Echad. Echad means one. But we want to just, instead of just saying one, we want to say it's not many, it's just one. Can you try that? Echad. Beautiful.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We turn together to page 4, and we're going to chant the first line of our Ve'ahavta. Now, Ve'ahavta is about love, right? That we should love Adonai our God. So can everyone do me a favor? For those of you that know, can you point to where your heart is? Can you put both hands over your heart? Can you try real hard to listen to the beating of your heart? And while listening to the beating of your heart, let's chant these words together.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha.
Now let's read those words together in the English in the middle of the page. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. So it's no surprise that our song for freedom and redemption, our song that recognizes miracles, comes right after Ve'ahavta. Because we all just felt and listened to the beating of our heart. That's a miracle. And our song and our prayer, Micha Mocha, that recognizes the greatest miracle of all time. Imagine this. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a sea. People are right behind you. An entire sea is in front of you. Moses reaches out his arm, and God parts the sea. Huge waves on both sides of you. That's an amazing miracle. But it's not the only miracle that we experience. Think about the miracles that we experience every day throughout our year. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a sunrise. Raise your hand if your parents let you stay up a little too late and you saw the stars and the moon in the sky. Yeah. Raise your hands if you unfortunately woke up so early and you got to hear all those wonderful sounds of the birds chirping. Those are sounds and sights that we see every day, but those are some of the greatest miracles. So in this coming year, let's take a second chance and recognize those beautiful miracles. And there's also a miracle of dancing, and there's a miracle of using our bodies. So how should we use our bodies in this one?
I need every single person out there to stand on your 2 feet, and we're going to act this out like we're the Israelites.
We can do this.
We can do this. Standing at the sea, mi chamocha, standing at the sea. Mi chamocha, standing at the sea. Mi chamocha, freedom is on our way. Freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom is on our way.
Now I'm seeing some people that are dancing, and I see some people that want to clap. Listen, do not take your cues from me. I do not have rhythm. I cannot clap, and I cannot dance. But if you are feeling it, we want you to clap and dance with us.
You can definitely clap, but what I want you to do right now is to take your 2 arms like this and make the C part. Can you do that? The C, she parts. The C, she parts. That's it. The C, she parts. Mi chamocha, the C, she parts. Mi chamocha, the C, she parts. Mi chamocha, freedom is on our way. Freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, 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 freedom is on our way. Now we're gonna march right through, so get those feet moving. We're marching right through. Mi chamocha, we're marching right through. Mi chamocha, we're marching right through. Mi chamocha, freedom is on our way. Oh my goodness. Rabbi, I think we made it to the other side.
We can do this.
We're there. We're on the other side. Mi chamocha, we're on the other side. Mi chamocha, we're on the other side. Mi chamocha, freedom is on our way. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite part. Singing and dancing, mi chamocha, singing and dancing. Mi chamocha, singing and dancing. Mi chamocha, freedom is on our way. Freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom, whoa, freedom, freedom is on our way.
Wow, okay, I'm feeling it right now. Everyone, if you want, you can take a seat.
Has anybody ever done one of these? I got it. I got the exit sign. Anybody ever done one of these? Yeah, archery. Archery, absolutely. So whether you have or not, you've probably seen either pictures or maybe a movie or a cartoon of somebody doing archery. What are you doing when you do the archery? You're taking the arrow and you're aiming it towards something. Now, do you always hit right in the bullseye, right where you mean to be? No. Sometimes you get it on the target, but not in the middle. Sometimes it gets wonky and it goes completely where you did not mean for it to go. And when we talk about hate here, when we talk about what we call sin, what we're talking about is when our arrow doesn't hit the bullseye, when it doesn't go exactly where we want to, when we meant to do something, but it didn't turn out quite right. So there are times when we try really hard to be good. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard for me. Always hard for me. So I know sometimes you guys try to be good too, and sometimes you're very, very, very good, and sometimes you try to be good and it doesn't work out exactly the way you want it to. And that's what we're talking about when we sing Avinu Malkeinu. So we ask God to be like a mommy or a daddy. What does your mommy and daddy do for you? I see it happening right here. They give you a big hug, right? So sometimes when you make a mistake, mommies and daddies do a great job at forgiving you. So when we sing, Avinu Malkeinu, we're asking God to be like a mommy or a daddy and to give us a big hug when we've done something wrong and we know it. So I have some very, very, very special people that I'd like to invite to come join us right now, and that's April, our preschool director, and Jesse, our director of education. And if you don't know these two people, you should. They're amazing. And just like the rabbis and me, these two people are teachers of Torah to all of our children. Oh, you know what? Jesse.
Yes.
There's that special guest who we invited. Could you see what's happened to him? I'm not sure where he is. There's a special guest that's supposed to be joining us for the reading of the Torah, and he's come a long way and through many, many years. So I don't know why it's taking him so long to get here. Maybe he's stuck in the desert or something.
We were in the desert for 40 years. We can wait another 40
It could be, I'm not, well, I think he's worth waiting for. It's going to be great when he gets here. And he said that he would chant from the Torah for us this morning. So I'd really I could do it, but I think this guy's it's going to be
awesome.
Pretty amazing when he gets here. So why don't we start unrolling the Torah while we're waiting for our special guest?
So for those of you that have been with us before, this is a wonderful time in our service where we are going to unroll the entire Torah here down the middle. Now, a few things. Before we stand up, we have a few instructions. Number one, sometimes it just happens that there are a few people that are going to hold it up high, and I really love that, but we want everyone to be able to see the Torah. So we're going to put our hands under the Torah, and we're going to keep it low. We're going to keep it very low so that all the kids have a chance to see, okay? So we're going to come to the aisles. Do we put our hands on top of the Torah? Do we put our hands very low like this so that everyone can see the Torah? Amazing. So we're going to have everyone come to the aisles, make 2 rows so we can see our Torah. So can you take these? I'm just going to turn this up.
Sweet as honey, sweet אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לעסוק בדברי תורה, לעסוק בדברי תורה. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Yeah, come on under there. There's plenty of room for you. You want to hold? Can you hold over here for me? Thank you. Can I ask you to hold here?
I feel like you should stand in front.
Thank you. Okay, I think our guest is here. Come on up. Moses, you came. Moses, thank you so much for coming to University Synagogue. Would you lead us in the Torah blessings? Efshar? Moses does not speak English. Moses only speaks Hebrew. So April's going to translate when Moses reads from the Torah.
We can read without the Torah, right? Yeah. Okay.
Baruch
et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem roshechem shivatchem ziknechem veshetrechem kol ish Yisrael.
All of you are together today with God.
Tapchem nishechem vegerecha asher bekerev machanaich mechotev atzecha ad shoev mimecha.
Grandparents, parents, teachers, children, brothers, sisters.
Le'avrecha bivrit Adonai Elohecha uva'alto asher Adonai Elohecha koreitimecha hayom.
Together today, making a promise to God.
Leman hakim otach hayom lo le'am vehu yihye lach le'elohim ke'asher diber lach ve'ka'asher nishbat la'avotecha u'lavraham u'yitzchak u'yaakov.
You have a special relationship with God starting way back with your great grandparents.
velo yitchem levadchem anochi ki koret et habrit hazot ve'et ha'ele hazot ki et asher yeshnu po imanu omed hayom lifnei Adonai Elohecha Eloheinu ve'et asher inenu po imanu hayom.
Look around you and see who's here. Can you imagine if your great, 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 great grandparents were here too?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Can I get an amen? We need more pictures.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu לעסוק בדברי תורה, לעסוק בדברי תורה. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu לעסוק בדברי תורה, לעסוק בדברי תורה. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Wow. Raise your hand if you got to look at one of the words of the Torah. Great. So let's have everyone take a seat. If you're sitting up here, it's okay. Yeah. They can sit up here if they want. Yeah. Everyone take a seat where you're most comfortable. Nice. Okay. In just a little bit. So, raise your hand. I'm going to need some help over here, okay? Raise your hand if in the past 7 days, all right, raise your hand if in the past 7 days you've colored with crayons. Everyone out here, raise your hand if in the past 7 days you've colored with crayons. You guys want to come up? Come on up. Raise your hand if you've colored with a yellow crayon. Raise your hand if you've colored with a green crayon. Raise your hand if you've colored with A purple crayon. All right, now here's a hard one. Raise your hand if you've colored with, you guys, everyone ready? Raise your hand if you've colored with a red crayon. So, I would like to tell everyone the story. Do you guys want to hear a story? I want to tell everyone the story about a friend of mine named Red Crayon. Now, we're going to have to put our imagination caps on. Can everyone put their imagination cap on? See, Red Crayon was a special crayon. Red Crayon was able to talk. And just like you, Red Crayon came to the synagogue. Red Crayon sat in one of these seats. Now, when Red Crayon was born, and when Red Crayon came to the synagogue, and when everyone came to the synagogue to welcome Red Crayon, they said, "My, what a beautiful Red Crayon you are." And everyone said, "Red Crayon is so wonderful. Red Crayon is so beautiful. Red Crayon is so great." But you know what? Red Crayon didn't really feel like Red Crayon. And Red Crayon talked to its friends. And Red Crayon talked to its teachers. And Red Crayon said, "I don't feel like Red Crayon." And they said, "But you know what? Your name is Red Crayon. You should be Red Crayon." And so they said to Red Crayon, and here's where I'm going to need your help. Have you ever tried to draw a red fire engine? So they said, "Red Crayon, please draw for us a red fire engine." And Red Crayon started, and it was a beautiful fire engine, but it was blue. Everyone was confused. They said, "Okay, Red Crayon, draw for me a beautiful red strawberry." Raise your hand if you've ever drawn before a beautiful red strawberry or a red cherry. So Red Crayon tried, and Red Crayon drew a big, beautiful red strawberry and red cherry, and you know what? Just like the fire engine, it turned out blue. So everyone thought that they had the idea for Red Crayon. They said, "Red Crayon, we understand that you're drawing a blue fire engine and a blue strawberry and a blue cherry, but you know what you have to do? You have to try harder." So Red Crayon took a big, deep breath. Everyone take a big, deep breath for me. And Red Crayon said, "I am going to draw a big red heart." And Red Crayon started, and it was a big heart, and it was a beautiful heart. But what color do you think the heart was? Blue. So one day, Red Crayon went back to the synagogue. And Red Crayon said, "I came here when I was born." It's going to be awesome. The shofar is going to be real soon, right after our Red Crayon story. So Red Crayon went to the synagogue, and Red Crayon went to talk to Red Crayon's rabbi and cantor. And Red Crayon said, "I don't get it." And they said, "You know what? Maybe you need to pray a little harder." So everyone close your eyes, real tight. And Red Crayon said, "I know, I'm Red Crayon. I'm Red Crayon. I don't feel like I'm Red Crayon, but I should pray that I'm Red Crayon." And Red Crayon opened Red Crayon's eyes and drew a big heart again. And what color do you think the heart was? So one day, one of Red Crayon's friends said to him, "Red Crayon, can you draw for me a big blue ocean?" Red Crayon said, "Of course I cannot draw for you a big blue ocean. I'm a Red Crayon. Just do me a favor. Get a big piece of paper, close your eyes, take a big deep breath, and try your hardest." So Red Crayon got a big piece of paper, took a big deep breath, closed its eyes, opened, and started drawing. And guess what? Red Crayon drew the biggest and bluest ocean. And Red Crayon said, "Oh, I'm blue. My whole life, everyone was telling me that I was red, but every time I tried to draw, it was blue. And every time I looked within, I was blue." So Red Crayon came to Yom Kippur, where you are right now. And Red Crayon heard the words about second chances and a new year, and Red Crayon said, "In this new year, I'm going to close my eyes, take a big deep breath, and not care what anyone else tells me what I am. I'm going to look within and know who I really am. So in this new year, if someone tells you to sit but you feel like jumping at the appropriate times, jump. If someone tells you that you should do this but inside you feel something different, we want you to do that. In this coming year, don't let other people tell you who you are. Just like red crayon, turn within, and if you're blue, then you're blue. Shana Tova. Now, with so many of our kids up here, if you have a shofar and you're not up here yet, we'd like to invite you up here. We'd like to invite our wonderful shofar blowers that are here with us, Sammy Lena and Karen Shanbrom, to come up here and join us. And we are going to sound the wonderful shofar. So come on up with us. Okay. So does everyone have a shofar, or is everyone sitting next to someone that has a shofar? Well, let's sit next to someone that has a shofar, okay? Here, right next to Harper. Okay. That's okay.
I have one here. Sammy, if you're here, I have a shofar for you. You can come up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we need everyone who's not sitting down
because we're about to do it.
to help us out here. We're going to need your help because the sound of the shofar is so powerful and so important, but the most important sound of the shofar, the most important part of the shofar, is that we're able to listen to the sound. So, just like with the Shema, does everyone have their listening faces on? And with the sound of the shofar, we want to listen to those moments in this past year that we maybe missed the mark a little bit, that we maybe missed our aim, and that we want to do better. So before we sound the shofar, everyone think, is there a time this past year that you're not so proud of? Is there a time this past year that you might have hurt someone's feelings? You might have said something that you shouldn't have said? Is there a time? If so, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to think of that time. And when we all call out together to Kia, we're going to remember that time. So I'm going to need your help. On the count of 3, I want everyone to say to Kia, okay? Oh, if it's okay, if you don't have a shofar, you could sit up here next to someone that has a shofar. I think Cantor has a shofar. You could sit right next to Cantor, and that's a really special seat. So on the count of 3, Noah has a shofar. Awesome. So on the count of 3, we're all going to say Tekiah, and that is our call for the sound of the shofar. And then when we say Tekiah, we're going to listen, okay? 1, 2, 3. Tekiah. Wow. Now, I know it's a long day, but can we try that one more time? Oh, yes. All right. Everyone, if you're blowing the shofar, let's take that deep breath in. And everyone out here, on the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Tekiah. Wow, we can give a nice round of applause for those shofars. So we are going to ask everyone that's up here to go find the people that they came with as we conclude our service. So if you're sitting up here, go find the people that brought you as we conclude our service together. You can come with me.
On the
1, 2.
On the very last page of your booklets, there's a special song called Lishana Tova that I hope you can sing along with me. Lishana Tova, Happy New Year. Lishana Tova, Healthy New Year. Lishana Tova, Sweet New Year for you and me. We start at the very beginning and go around again, like our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, from the beginning right to the end. Lishana Tova, Lishana Tova, Happy New Year. Lishana Tova, Healthy New Year. Lishana Tova, Sweet New Year for you and me.
Is this on? Okay, good. So we hope that everyone enjoyed our fun and at times chaotic but meaningful services this morning. We hope that everyone continues to have a meaningful day. And we hope and in this coming year, we join together as a community more so we can connect together and we can be together and we can have these second chances. And we hope that as we conclude our services, because we have our 10:30 services and we invite you to stay, but to make your way to the parking lot when you can so that we can make sure that some of the reserved spots that people parked in, that those are saved. So as we conclude our services together, please make your way to the parking lot when you can, and please, please, please have a sweet and healthy and happy new year.
Lishana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Year, a brand new me, 'cause I'm starting over. Blow the shofar, sound the call for us to change. This year is over, we'll renew ourselves again. The gates are open, I'll repent and swallow pride, and I'm hoping it's enough to be inscribed. I'm starting over, I'm looking back, 'cause I've done things that I'm not proud of. In this year we're coming out of, now's the time for introspection, time to forge a new direction, decide who I wanna be. A brand new year, a brand new